Good Erev Shabbos, Beit family. Great to see you. Hoping to see as many of you as possible in Shul tonight for musical Kabbalat Shabbat with Reb Eli and Adina and friends, to be uplifted by musical instruments, enhancing our voices in service of Hashem with song and, God willing, with joy. An observation about this week's parasha, and I invite you to use it as you see fit. This week's parasha, Parashat Shelach, is better termed Parashat Shelach Lecha. It's one of two Parshiot Shavua that begin with a tzivoi, an imperative, a command, followed by the word Lecha. You probably know the first one, Lech Lecha. What's the relationship between Lech Lecha and Shelach Lecha? One insight comes from comparing Rashi's comments on each. Rashi comments on the Lecha of Lech Lecha when God charges Avram on the journey to an unknown land, departing his family to build a relationship. Lech Lecha, says Rashi, Lahanatcha uletovatcha. This journey will be good for you because you are in a sense compelled to go. By my word, says God, in observing that imperative and command, you will reap benefits. You subjugate something of yourself to me, and you're blessed with reward on the other end. Shelach Lecha, according to Rashi, is almost entirely opposite. Rashi comments, Lirtzoncha, L'da'atcha. Moshe, I didn't tell you to do this, which seems strange in the accounting that we have in front of us in this week's parasha, although comparing it with Devarim, as Moshe recounts the story of the spies, of the scouts, gives a slightly different feeling that Rashi's picking up on. But Rashi here comments, Lirtzoncha, you're doing this of your own free will. This is your wish. There's space for you to express your own agency and choice in our relationship. And the consequences are not ideal, although perhaps they're important in transitions of leadership and in a nation coming into its own. I don't think the message is quite as simple as, do what God says and you reap reward, and if you do things of your own free will, there are negative consequences, as much as to appreciate the evolution from Avraham to Moshe, of a people that in deep relationship with God begins to have room to express themselves. Sometimes it works out great and sometimes not as well. But the shifting of responsibility and agency is what the journey between these two lechas, Lech Lecha and Shelach Lecha, perhaps represents. One last thought. This is the season of Shelach Lechas and Lech Lechas, of sending people in our lives out to camp, to vacations, to journeys, and of going on our own journeys. May we experience both the Lecha, the deeply personal and subjective and self-focused aspect of the journeys we might be blessed and privileged to take this summer, and may we also feel God's presence as we journey about God's incredible world, seeing its wonders, both God-made and human-made. Shabbat Shalom.